Well, happy Sunday morning to everybody. Hope you had a safe July 4th Independence Day. And now we're ready for some Sunday Basic Sunday. Don't usually do this live. I usually do a recording prior to Sunday, but I never recorded the game yet. So I figured if I'm going to play it now, why record it and upload it later? Might as well go ahead and get it out there now. So we've got a game between the Kansas City Athletics and the Washington Senators. Game was played July 8th, 1962 in Kansas City. Don Rudolph on the mound for the Senators. He is a left-hander, but of course in basic that doesn't really matter. And Diego Segui, a right-hander for Kansas City. Looking at their cumulative records based on the Action PC replay of replaying the season, Washington's 36-43, Kansas City 25-59. So not very good, but got to get some variety, get some different teams. Don't want to keep doing the same teams over and over. So thought we would do it that way. And now we look on and we start our ball game. Jim King for the Senators will lead things off, right fielder. I do have the basic fielding chart handy, and if needed, I also have the basic strategy chart handy. So they're both in place. Also the rule book, but I don't think I need that much on the rule book. The main thing I wanted to get out of the rule book was this section here for catchers holding runners. So since Retzer is a 4-rated catcher, that's a -1. And since Askew is a 3-rated catcher, that's a -2. So those are the effects we're going to have as far as if anybody tries to steal while they're being held on base. All right, so here we go. King, that is a 5-6 on Segui, and that's a walk. So leadoff walk issued. King, no threat to run. That'll bring up Cottier, Chuck Cottier, second baseman. That is a 5-7, and that's going to be a home run 1-2. Anything else, he flies to left. And that's a 3. Oh, he just missed it. Fly ball to left, one away. And that'll take us to the catcher, Ken Retzer. And I may not be pronouncing all these names correctly because I don't know these guys. Before my time, obviously. 1-4 is ground ball pitcher A. That'll be a double play. Ground ball A is always a double play. And let's see, Retzer, that's left-handed, so it'll be a 1-6-3 double play to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Senators in the first. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Washington, nothing. Kansas City coming to bat. And on the mound for the Senators is left-hander Don Rudolph. Don't know much about him. He was 8-2 with a 3.62 ERA. And Bobby Del Greco. Probably better just put them one at a time. Bobby Del Greco, the center fielder, will lead off for the Senators, or for the Athletics, rather. So I can get a little closer to this. If I move this over, I think we can get a little closer to the cards, hopefully. All right, so here's Del Greco. 1-5, and that's a ground ball to short. Handled by Steady Eddie Brinkman for one away. Here's Jerry Lumpy, second baseman. 1-5 for Lumpy, and that's a base hit for Jerry Lumpy. Lumpy's no threat to run either, so he will hold. And here comes the right fielder, Gino Samoli. That's a 4-4, and it's a pop out to second base. Out number 2 as Cottier puts it away. Now it's Manny Jimenez. Either Jimenez or Jimenez. I'm not sure how it's actually phrased. I'm going to go with just plain old Jimenez. He is the left fielder in this game. 6-8, and that's a pop out to short. That'll do it. Nothing doing for the Athletics. We go to the top of the second. And up for the Senators will be Harry Bright. Bright is the first baseman for Washington. That's a 5-12 against Segui. That's a fly ball to left. One away. For Chuck Hinton. Hinton, center fielder for the Senators. And I'll try not to call them Nationals by mistake. 111 for Hinton, and he gets a base hit. Single for Hinton. He is an A stealer, so he's looking to possibly run here. So we go to our chart under A stealer, the basic chart under A stealing, and you see the number here is 1 to 15. But then we have to add in the catcher effect. Catcher effect on Askew is a -2, so it'll be a 1 to 13. They're still going to send him 1 to 13. And he steals it. So 1 to 13 is a stolen base. So Hinton gets in scoring position. And that'll bring up, interesting name, Bud Zipfel. Bud Zipfel sounds like he ought to be on Green Acres or something. He is the left fielder in this game. That is, and actually I wrote him down wrong. If he's a left fielder, he's actually a 5 rater, not a 4 rater. So, all right, so 210. 210 is a ground ball to second. 2 away. Now in the basic game, the ground ball goes to second, but it's an A, so that means the runner here does not move to third like you would normally do. So in basic, we keep him at second base. He only moves to second on a ground ball C. Whereas in advanced, super advanced, he would be moving over, especially super advanced. Don't know about advanced, but super advanced, he would have gone to third. But there's 2 away now for Bob Johnson, third baseman. 6-6, and that's going to be, well, it doesn't matter if he moved to second or third or not, because this is going to score him anyway. 6-6, 1 to 3 is a triple, 4 to 20 is a double. That's a double, so that will score the run anyway. It's 1-0. Favor of the Senators. RBI double off the bat of Bob Johnson. 1-0 Washington, and here comes steady Eddie Brinkman, shortstop. 6-5, and that's a home run for Eddie Brinkman. Now, this is another one where in advance and super advance, he could not hit a home run because steady Eddie Brinkman had no power. He had 0 home runs in 133 at-bats, but in basic, doesn't matter. Home run Eddie Brinkman. In basic, I could play a whole season of 62 Senators and Brinkman could hit 30 home runs. It would be possible. So 3-0. One of the many flaws in basic, but people like basic, so that's why I'm doing it. But I'm only doing it once a week. It's all, everything in moderation. Key to everything, moderation. I don't think I could do a full replay in basic. I would just go crazy. All right. 111 for Rudolph, and he uses pitch hitting card number 2. That's a ground ball back to the mound. And it's 3-0 Washington. So we go to the bottom of the second, and Norm Seaburn, first baseman. 2-6 for Seaburn, ground ball to first. 1 away. And that will take us to Ed Charles. That is a 2-7, and that's a strikeout. First strikeout of the game for Rudolph. So he is out. Is Charles. 2 away for the catcher, Joe Askew. Good morning, Mr. Zero. Askew 1-9, and that's a ground ball to short. So 3 up, 3 down. Go the Athletics. They're dispatched up pretty quickly. We go to the third. 3-0. Favor of the Senators. And it'll be the leadoff man, Jim King, stepping back up. Hello, Joel. Rumor has it that Jim had a half-brother named Chun, but I don't know. Whoa, that didn't go through. Let's try again. 4-9. And a 4-9 is a ground ball shortstop X. We get our first X chance on the basic charts. And we go to our shortstop. Shortstop for Kansas City is Consolo. He's a 3. So we're over here, column 3. Roll to 17, column 3. It says out with no runners on base 4, but I don't think anybody's on base to worry about it. They are not. It's the first batter of the inning, so it's just going to be an easy 6-3 ground out. 4-1 away. And they'll take up Chuck Cottier. Retzer on deck. It's a 4-12, and that's going to be a fly to right. Hauled in by Samoli. 2 down, and that sends up Ken Retzer, the catcher. 1-8 for Retzer. He's going to ground it to third, and Ed Charles will take care of it. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Senators. We go to the bottom of the third. Still 3-0. And up for the Athletics is shortstop Billy Consolo. We get a 3-9 for Consolo. Struck him out. Second strikeout for for Rudolph, rather. Here's Segui. He uses pitch rating card number 7. So he was, obviously, a pretty good hitter here. Got a good column 2 if he can find it. I found column 1 instead, which is a strikeout. Third strikeout for Rudolph. Back to the top of the order, and Bobby Del Greco. 5-8, and that's going to be a fly ball to left. And that is hauled in by Zipful, and that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down go the Athletics. We played 3. It's 3-0. Favor of the Senators. Not sure how much longer I'm going to continue this series. I mean, some people seem to like it, but I don't know. I'm just not, on all candor, I'm just not a basic guy. But it's different for sure. Here is Harry Bright. 110, and that is a pop out to third. Although if you've never played Strat and trying to learn it, basic is the best way to go, for sure. Learn the basics, pardon the pun, learn the basics, and then work your way up. Here's Chuck Hinton, 6'7", and that's going to be a 1-9 single. 10-20 is a line out, and that's going to be a base hit. Base hit for Hinton, and he's an A stealer, so he's going to go. And again, we saw from the charts earlier, show it again, A stealer is a 1-15. However, you do make in or add in the catcher hold factor, which on Askew is a -2 because he's a 3 rated catcher. So that makes it a 1-15. And he's in there, the stolen base for Hinton. So Hinton steals the base. He's in scoring position for Mr. Zipful, Bud Zipful. 6'4", line out to first base, snagged by the first baseman Seaburn. 2 down, and it's up to Bob Johnson. In super advanced, we would say this is a clutch situation, but in basic, it's just a normal at bat. That's a 5-9, and that's a strikeout for Segui. I believe that's his first strikeout. It certainly is. Took him 4 innings to get it, but he got one, and that's going to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th, still 3-0. And Jerry Lumpy will be coming up. Well, hello, Aaron. Strat is my go-to game for sure, no question about it. But it's super advanced. Strat is my go-to game. Here's Jerry Lumpy. 4-7, and that's going to be a single. Base hit for Lumpy off of Rudolph. That'll bring up Gino Samoli, the right fielder. 5-4, and that is a catcher X. So we're going to our X chart for the catcher and the catcher's card. And the catcher in this case for Washington is Retzer. He's a 4. So we're going to be in this column right here, number 4. Get a 17. 4 and a 17 is a wild pitch followed by a foul out. So with the runner on first, there will be a wild pitch, but then Samoli will foul out. So that's 1 away, but the runner does go to second, Mr. Lumpy. He's in scoring position for Manny Jimenez. That's a 3-2. Ground ball pitcher B. With it being a B, the runner does not advance. Only advances on ground outs that are C unless forced. So since he wasn't forced, he will hold up there. 2 down for Norm Seaburn. Lumpy at second. Runs fairly well. 6-9, and that's going to be a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So the single and wild pitch don't come back to hurt him. We go to the 5th. Still, that 3-0 lead is holding up for the Washington Senators. And here's Steady Eddie. He hit the 2-run homer his first time up. 1-6. This time he will strike out. Strikeout number 2 for Segui. Brings up the pitcher, Rudolph. He's using pitcher hitting card number 2. We get a 1-8, and that will be a strikeout. So 3 strikeouts in a row for Segui. And here comes the top of the order in Jim King. 6-7, and that's a single 1-9. Line out 10-20, and he lines it out to the second baseman. Mr. Lumpy takes care of that. 3 up, 3 down. Go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 3-0. And Ed Charles steps to the plate. It'll be Charles, Askew, and Consolo. Let's see here. 1-7. And that's a walk. A walk. First walk of the game by Rudolph. Brings up Joe Askew. I will say one thing I do like about Basic is the cards, the coloring and the shading of the cards are much easier to see on a stream than this side. This side's a little bit harder to see. This side's much easier to see. The print's bigger, and just the whole charcoal background on the white makes it look so much better. It would probably look better if the score sheet wasn't white, but that's all right. So here's Askew, 4-7, and that's another single. So first and second, nobody out for Billy Consolo. That's a 3-8 for Consolo. Struck him out. Strikeout number 4. That'll bring up Segui, but he has a pitcher hitting card number 7, so he's got some pop. Whoop, that didn't go through. Let's try that again. There we go. 5-5, and there you go. 1-5 is a home run for the pitcher Segui. Anything else is a double. That's a double for Segui. We know 1 run is going to score. And let's see, Consolo runs at a 15, so he's got a good chance to score. So the double here. So we're not worried about in Basic, you're not worried about the outfielder arm or anything. You're just worried about the base runner. He's a 15. So he could score on a 1-15. There's only 1 out. You could leave him at third base and let Del Greco try it, but they're going to send him. And he's in there. So it's a 2-run double by the pitcher Segui. So that's kind of what Basic can do for you. Your 2 biggest hits, a 2-run double by the pitcher Segui and a 2-run homer by very light hitting Eddie Brinkman. All right, so runner at second and 1 out for Bobby Del Greco. 4-8, and that's a single 1-6. Anything else he lines out. And it's a single, so it's going to put runners on the corners. Still only 1 out for Jerry Lumpy. Infield back for the double play. That is a 2-9. And it's a fly ball right field B. It will be a sacrifice fly, and we've got a tie ball game at 3. Lumpy with a sacrifice fly ties the game at 3. 2 down for Gino Samoli. Oh, you're right. Askew was the runner, not Consolo. You're right. I got it backwards, but I think he made it anyway. 5-5, and that is, look at this. We're back to this again. Samoli, 1-5 homer, 6-20 is a double. That's a double again. Del Greco is the runner for sure. 1-14 with 2 outs is now 1-16. And he's in there. He's going to score, and the A's take the lead, or Athletics, whatever you want to call them, take a 4-3 lead. 4-3 lead, and now here's Manny Jimenez, 8th man to bat in the inning. 1-3. He's going to ground to second. We're finally get the inning over with. But Kansas City, a 4-score inning. Abraham Lincoln, 4-score inning. They lead it 4-3 as we go to the 6th. And here comes Segui now with new life, having that lead now, which he sparked with the 2-run double. He's the one that started the whole thing. Here's Cottier. And that's 4-4. Fly ball center field X. So we're going to the outfield. And the outfield is not split up right, left, and center. It's all of them grouped into one place. Center fielder for the Athletics is Del Greco. He's a 2. So we're looking in the 2 column. We get a 10. 2 and 10's an out 5. With nobody on base, it doesn't matter about the out 5. Out 5 just means it would have been a sacrifice fly had a runner been on third. But in our case, it's just simply a fly to center, 1 away. For Ken Retzer. That is a 2-10 for Retzer, and he walks. For Segui, that is his second. Well, he walked King to start the game, and that's the only other walk. But now the tying runs on base for Harry Bright. 5-6, and that's a walk again. So back-to-back base on balls by Segui. First and second, 1 out for Chuck Hinton. Hinton. That's a 2-6 for Hinton. That's a ground ball third base A. That'll be a double play. 5-4-3. Any ground ball A with runner at first is automatic double play. And that will end the inning. Nothing doing for the Senators. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and Norm Seaburn, the only guy not to bat last inning, will lead off against Rudolph. 6-5, and that's a ground ball to second. Cottier makes the play, 1 down for Ed Charles. Rudolph is set to bat 4th next inning, so they'd like to get him through the inning and then pinch hit for him. 1-6 for Charles, and that's a ground ball to third. 2 down for Joe Askew. And that is a 6-11. Fly ball left field X. We're going to the outfield chart again, this time for the Senators. And Zipful, our buddy Zipful, he's a 5. That's terrible. So we're in the far right-hand column, and just about everything is going to be either a hit or an error. That's going to be an 8, and that actually he found the very few plays are out. So it's like 4 or 5 plays, numbers are outs, and he actually found an out 1. Got lucky there, makes the play, and that's going to end the inning. And that's going to probably do it for Rudolph, as he is going to bat 4th this inning. And if anybody gets on base, they will pinch hit for him. So Bud Zipful, who made that nice play, will lead off the top of the 7th against Segui. Get a 4-9, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. So we are going to the shortstop in this case. Consolo, he's a 3. So shortstop 3, middle column. 15. 1 base error on Consolo. He boots it. Consolo with the error. First error of the game on either team. That'll bring up Bob Johnson. And Washington will be looking at their bench for a potential pinch hitter coming up. 3-6, but the double play may just take care of that. Yet another double play, 5-4-3 double play. That's the 3rd double play the Senators have hit into in this game. In 7 innings, they've hit into 3 double plays. So Brinkman is your batter. 2 out, space is empty. If he does get on, they will go to a pinch hitter. If he doesn't get on, they may bring I guess they'll bring out Rudolph back for another inning. We'll see. 4-4. Fly ball center field X. So we're looking at the center fielder Del Greco again, and he is a 2. So we're in this column, number 2. 17 is an out, and that's going to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 7th here in Kansas City. Score remains 4-3. And Rudolph will come back and pitch one more inning. He'll be facing Consolo, then the pitcher Segui. 6-7, and that's a fly to right, 1 away. That'll bring up Segui. Had a big 2-run double his last time up. 6-11, and that's a fly ball left field X. So we're going to the left fielder Zipful again, and number 5. This could be trouble. 5 and a 16 is a single and an error. Single plus an error. So that's going to be an error on the Senators. And Segui will reach on a single and go to second on the E7. So Segui 2 for 3. And that's going to send up the top of the order in Del Greco. 4-7. And that's a single. But Segui only runs at a 10, so they will hold him at third base. And now that brings up Lumpy. Jerry Lumpy. Infield is playing in. They don't want to give up a cheap run. They don't assume a double play. You can't assume a double play, so they're going to play in and try to cut the run off. 4-5, and it's a fly ball center field B. That's going to be a sacrifice fly. It didn't matter where they were playing. Sacrifice fly. Segui scores. It's now 5-3 Kansas City. 2 down. And that will send up Gino Samoli with 2 outs and a runner at first. Should be Rudolph's last batter, assuming he gets him out. 3-8, and he does. Ground ball to short, so that's going to do it for Rudolph. His day is done. He's going to give up 5 runs. 5 runs, although, let's see. I think that's unearned because of the E7, so let's put Rudolph here. Forgot to write them in. Rudolph here and Segui here. So Rudolph's going to go 7 innings, and he's going to give up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 of which were earned. He is going to strike out 4, and he's going to walk. Did he walk anybody? I don't think he walked anybody. He did not walk anybody. And we'll get a pinch hitter for Rudolph as he is set to lead off the 8th inning. We'll look at the bench for the Senators, figure out who would be a good bench player to bring in. And let's see. They may go to just to be realistic, we'll bring in a lefty, even though it doesn't matter in basic. They do have Joe Hicks, a lefty. And they have, who else does they have? It's a lefty. They have Dale Long, who's a lefty. He will later get traded to the Yankees or picked up by the Yankees. The other bench players, I believe, are all right-handed. They are Jimmy Pearsall, Ken Hamlin, Bob Schmidt, Danny O'Connell, and Johnny Chiave, I guess is how you pronounce it. So they're going to go with Dale Long, 260 hitter, and he's left-handed, so I'm trying to keep it realistic as possible. So they will go with Dale Long, the pinch hitter. Here in the 8th inning, and Segui, since that second inning trouble, has rolled on along, and they have not had any need for the bullpen. Here's Long, 210 for Long, and he singles. Base hit for Dale Long. Back to the top of the order we go for Jim King. Kansas City bullpen might start to stir if Segui gets into trouble. 2-9 for King. That's a fly to right. 1 away for Chuck Cottier. .610. Fly ball to left field. 2 away. Brings up Ken Retzer. 2 outs and Long still at first base. 2-11, and that's a line out to second. Snagged by Lumpy, and that'll do it. So Segui looking for the complete game. Might get it. You never know. It's 5-3. We go to the bottom of the 8th. We need a pitcher for the Senators, and we'll look at who they have available in their bullpen. And just because I like his name, I'm going to bring him on. Ray Ripplemeyer. I just like that name. So Ray Ripplemeyer will come on and pitch for the Senators. He was 1-2, 5.49 ERA. And he'll be facing Manny Jimenez, followed by Seaburn and Charles here in the bottom of the 8th. Oops, wrong way. Let's go this way a little bit. All right. So Jimenez steps up. That is a 5-6 against Ripplemeyer. Ground ball, second base X. We're looking at the second baseman Cottier. He's a 2. He's a 2 at second base. We're in this column here. As long as he avoids 15 and 16, I think he's in good shape. That is a 14. He barely did it. It is an out. And that's 1 away. So Jimenez is out of there. And that's going to bring up Norm Seaburn, first baseman. 2-7 for Seaburn. He grounds it to third. Johnson takes care of it. 2 down for Ed Charles. That is a 3-11 for Charles, and he lines it to Cottier at second to end the inning. So we go to the 9th. It is still a 5-3 game. And Segui is going to try to finish what he started. We do look in their bullpen. They do have their closer, John Wyatt, loosening just in case. Just in case Segui has issues. They will bring Wyatt in if that's the case. Right now it's Bright, Hinton, and Zipfel, the scheduled hitters for the Senators here in the 9th inning. Bright, Hinton, and Zipfel. And they might pinch hit for Zipfel. He's only a 239 hitter. Bright and Hinton are going to hit for themselves. 4-9, and that's a ground ball to short. We're checking the shortstop Consolo. He's a 3. So we're in this middle row, or middle column. 3 and a 3 is going to be a single. So a base hit for Harry Bright. That will send up Chuck Hinton as the tying run. That's a 4-6, and that's a a pop up to short. 1 away. And we will get a pinch hitter for Zipfel, because he is only a 239 hitter, so we'll try to find somebody a little bit better than that. Who's got the best average? The only other lefty is Hicks, and he's terrible, so we're going to have to go with a right-hander. And the highest average on the bench for a right-hander is Danny O'Connell. So we will go with O'Connell to pinch hit. And the Athletics will make the move with the tying run at the plate. They will bring in John Wyatt to try to close it out. Segui is going to go 8 1/3. He will give up, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. Well, you he's responsible for the 4th run as well. He walked, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Looks like he walked 3. Struck out 3. So far, 3 runs, 3 earned, but he is responsible for the runner at first. He can win it, he can't lose it. But John Wyatt is on. Wyatt was 10-7 with 11 saves, 4.46 ERA, and he'll be facing Danny O'Connell. Danny O'Connell is the batter. We get a 4-9 on Wyatt is a single 1-14. 1-14 and line out 15-20. And that's a line out. So he lines it out to second base. That's 2 away. And now we're down to the final out for the I did call them the Nationals, didn't I? Sure did. For the Senators, Bob Johnson, 288 hitter, so you're not going to pinch hit for him. That's a 2-6, and he's going to get a single. He's going to keep the game going, 1st and 2nd now. His run means nothing, so you don't take any chances on the base paths. And now we come to Eddie Brinkman, but I know he hit a 2-run homer his first time up, but he's a 165 hitter, so you have to pinch hit for him. So Brinkman will be called back, and they will go to the veteran Jimmy Pearsall off the bench. Try to keep the game going, try to tie the game, whatever the case may be. Jimmy Pearsall. He will do the pinch hitting against John Wyatt. 2 outs, top of the 9th. 9 runs are on base. Go ahead, run at the plate in Pearsall. 4-11, and that's a fly ball right field X. Chance for the Athletics to end the game. It's up to Samoli. He's a 2. So we go to the outfield X chart with a 2 and look in this column. See what happens. I think the only thing that gets him in trouble, error-wise, is a 3 and a 15. There are a couple of hits smattered in as well. That is a 2, and that's going to be an out 5, and that'll do it. And there's your ball game. John Wyatt comes in and gets the save. And the Kansas City Athletics defeat the Washington Senators 5-3. Ripplemeyer 1 inning pitch, nothing. And for Segui, 3 runs they were earned. For Wyatt, 2/3 of an inning. Gave up a hit, nothing else. So Segui gets the win, the save to Wyatt, the loss to Rudolph. 5 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error for the Athletics. 3 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error for the Washington Senators. So there you have it. Strat-O-Matic Basic on Sunday Basic Sunday, which of course is a play on words from the U2 song Sunday Bloody Sunday. So that's where that idea came from. Whether it's a good idea or not is up to any interpretation, but that's just where it came from. That's where it originated. But that's going to do it right here. There's your score. 5-3 Kansas City with the victory. Player of the game, I guess we got to give it to Diego Segui. Not only did he pitch 8 1/3 innings, but he also had a double, single, scored 2 runs, and drove in 2 runs. So Segui is your player of the game, Diego Segui. Diego Segui is the man. Diego Segui, player of the game. So there you go. There's your ball game right there. Kansas City wins it. Again, these are 2 teams that are in the bottom tier of the American League, but it's good to show different teams now and then, I think, instead of always showing, you can't always show the Red Sox, Yankees, and Dodgers or whatever. You got to show some different stuff just to have some variety. Variety is the spice of life. So hope you all enjoyed your July 4th weekend. Stayed cool out there. I know it's like 100 and some degrees where we are here in the Mid-Atlantic, but who knows? It's supposed to cool down starting tomorrow back to more normal temperatures, where it's only in the upper 80s or low 90s, not the hundreds. So that'll feel nice. So that's going to do it from here. Tonight, they'll be back with the back to Super Advanced again for the 2025 Colorado Rockies season replay. We'll be at I believe it's game number 20 against the Washington Nationals. And then on Monday morning, back at 9 o'clock, our normal time, normal schedule for the 1987 American League playthrough. It'll be the Yankees hosting the Rangers from July 4th, 1987. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you all have a great day, whatever you have planned. Stay safe out there in the heat. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and we'll see you all down the road. I got to take my